Welcome to Academic Guru's Tutoring Thursday, where we answer all of your high school, college, and university questions. If you would like your question to be featured on next week's Tutoring Thursday, please submit your questions to questions@academicgurusinc.com. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay current with all of our new videos.
All right, so we're good to go, and let's just try the voltage rule because we have to figure out I1, I2, I3, and whenever you have three unknowns, you need three equations to solve for it. I always tell this to my students, it's like pieces of puzzle. So if you have like three pieces left in the puzzle, you really need three pieces somewhere to put in there, so you can't have less or more. All right, so I don't know. Let's just take this loop just because really. So I'm gonna be taking this loop and this closed loop, and there is really no reason why I chose it. I just chose it because it looked okay to me. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. You can use any of these loops as long as it's a closed loop. You're good to go. All right. So let's write up the voltage information in there. So the first thing that you need to, let me just write the voltage actually on another paper. So basically what happens is that you're coming out of the positive 12 terminal of the battery. That means that you're taking 12 voltage to basically feed your circuit elements. So that's why it has to be written by positive 12 as it passes through basically these cars, like these carriers of charge that we denoted them by I1. They pass this 12 voltage, and this 12 voltage is going to be fed to the elements of our circuit first, because this is the loop that I chose. It passes through I3. As you see, I3 is still in the same direction as I1 as the 12 volt is being carried over. So basically I1 gives that 12 volt to I3, and this I3 is going to be passing through R3. R3 is a resistor, so as long as you're having a resistor, you know that your resistor is going to chew up, and it's going to be it's hungry. Basically a resistor uses up the voltage. So how much? Due to Ohm's law, by amount of I times the resistor. So R3 is the amount of, so to speak, food that resistor R3 is going to be eating up from the 12. So because the food is going to be eaten up, we're going to be subtracting that. So it's going to be I3, and it's going to be taken off of the 12. And as we see, we're going to pass through I3 here, and then we're going to get to this junction, after which I transfer into I1 rather than I3, and I1 passes through another hungry guy, another resistor, and this is 2 ohms now. So what happens is the energy is going to be taken off of the 12. How much? By I1 R1 much. So it's going to be minus R1 I1, and the reason that we have these negatives here is because we are in the same direction as the current. So basically the carriers of charge pass through this, and then they give off energy, so we have to subtract it from the 12. So from the 12. All right, so and then at the end we're going to get to the zero terminal of the negative terminal of the battery, which we denoted by 0, because if we tag and label the positive terminal with positive 12, then the negative terminal is going to obviously has to be 0 because the difference is 12. So then this is 0, and then we're happy with the first voltage rule equation. The second one that we can choose is actually this one. So let's just choose this one. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's good. So For this one, again, I choose, like I said, make sure that it's totally in your hands and in your, due to your taste. So I want to come out of the positive terminal, and I want to have that positive terminal to be 10, so the negative is going to be dead 0, like this one. So I come out of the positive 10, all right? And I pass through, and when I pass through here, then I pass through R2, YI2. So I pass through this, so it's going to be I2, R2, right? And because it's in the same direction as the current, it's going to be taken off of the positive 10 volts. How much? By I2, R2 much. So it's going to be R2, I2, and this is due to Ohm's law. All right, so let's keep going. Well, wait a second. At this point, as I loop around this, I see that I3 is up to down, but I'm going down to up. Do you see that? So I3 is that way, but I'm looping, like the way that I'm going around my loop is actually exactly opposite. So there has to be a difference between the previous scenario that I went through in the same direction compared to this one. In this scenario, what I do is that basically what I have is that instead of subtracting and taking the food, so to speak, off of the 10 volts, I'm basically adding things because I'm going opposite to the flow of R3 being fed. You know what I mean? So basically plus I3, R3, and now at this point I get to this junction, and then after which I go by I2, and then I go and meet negative terminal, which I tag it to 0. So the loop is closed, and I'm done with all my equations. So basically, all in all, remember I said the number of equations should match the number of unknowns, I1, I2, I3, and I have 3 equations to solve for. Now the rest of this is actually mathematics, so it's just like algebra, and you just have to get good at it. I believe I did that, and I got I1 to be I1 to be 4.06 amps, and I got I2 to be 2.77 amps, and I got I3 to be 40/31 amps. Alright, so we are done with this. Hopefully you can get the algebra all done and correctly, and then you get to these answers. If you have any questions or comments, please have it in the comment section, and I look forward to hearing your questions. If any questions, email us, comment it down below, and we're going to get to that later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning into our Tutoring Thursday channel. If you enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. We would love to hear from you. Until next week's Tutoring Thursday, happy studying.